Hey there champs, welcome back to another round of Manny's Boxing World. And in today's round, we're going to be talking about a huge deal going on with Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. And also Andy Ruiz has no one to fight with, so he's going to be staying on the shelves. And we're going to be talking about that next. But before that guys, if you guys ain't subscribed, please punch and knock out that subscription button. That way you never see it again. And ding that notification bell. That way you never miss any of my new boxing videos. Alright guys, let's get to the round. Ding, ding.
Let's go, champ!
Alright guys, this is breaking news. The mega showdown between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder is 5 years past due, but I'm just glad it's happening right now. And the first fight is going to be in Saudi Arabia, and the second fight is going to be in Africa. And I just can't wait for this fight. I've been wanting to watch this fight over 5 years. Wilder was asked how long is this fight going to last, and he goes, if Joshua comes in scared and timid, only 3 rounds, but if he comes in brave and tough, it's gonna last at least 4 rounds. And that's what he said. I do agree, Wilder does have the ability to knock out Joshua, but guess what, this is the heavyweight division. One punch can change the whole fight, and Joshua has the ability to knock out Wilder as well. Guys, Wilder was asked if fans go up to him and say if they could punch them, and he goes, yeah, they have a lot all the time, but I always tell them to sign in that waiver. And then as soon as I tell them to sign that waiver, they all stop asking and they be like, nah, I'm just playing. But I would not sign that waiver. Wilder hits too hard and he's too big. He's way too big for me. Even though when I used to box, my best attribute was my chin. I really never gone down and I could take a lot of punches. Even my trainer Amado, he used to put me in with the hardest punches because they used to knock out all the other fighters. And me and a couple of the guys were tough too. But they used to put them in there because they wouldn't last against these hard hitting punchers. But I know I wouldn't be able to take one punch from Wilder. He's way too big for me, and I wouldn't be able to take it. I'm a lightweight. This guy's a super heavyweight. He's like bigger than even the other heavyweights. Wilder does hit very, very hard. He says when he was in the Olympics, I guess they measured his punching power and it was a lot higher than anybody else by a big amount. And he says because of that, a lot of fighters don't want to fight him. They either price themselves out way too high, or they just don't want to take the fight and they make bogus excuses of why not to take the fight. And I don't blame him. This is the Bronze Bomber. He has so many knockouts and he can knock out everybody with just one single punch. Guys, and I don't blame any of the boxers making any excuses not to fight Wilder or to overprice themselves out or make any excuses, because you know this guy hits way too hard. And I bet you his PSI is something like this.
I'm giving up. That guy would turn me inside out.
And Wilder was asked, what happened with the Ruiz negotiations? I thought you guys were trying to make a fight. And he goes, yeah, we were, but Ruiz priced himself out. He wanted $20 to $25 million for this fight. And it's not even a title fight. It's an eliminator. And he believes it's not Andy Ruiz saying that about the 20 to 25 million. He believes it's his dad. And basically it's his dad making all these excuses and, you know, basically saying his son's gonna lose. So I'm pretty sure that that's why he's pricing himself out. I believe Wilder will knock out Ruiz. And he also believes that Andy Ruiz is not even gonna get close to that kind of money with anybody else. So Andy Ruiz is just gonna stay on the shelf. Yeah, I don't believe that he will be able to get that kind of money again, not even with Joshua. Maybe Usyk, but I don't know. Not 25 million, that's too much. It's not like it's Crawford versus Spence, where it was an undisputed fight for all the belts. They were both undefeated and these guys were very popular. Everybody wanted to watch this fight. It was one of the biggest fights, and they barely got $25 million, and they sold well on their pay-per-view numbers, you know, according to today's pay-per-view numbers. Wilder said because of the bad negotiations with Ruiz, now he's working with Joshua on a 2-fight deal. For one, the first one's going to be in Saudi Arabia and the second one is going to be in Africa. And Wilder said that he can't wait to come back as a king and sit on his throne. Wilder also said that he does go out of his way to pay for these fighters to get tested because he doesn't want any unfair advantage. You know, people taking illegal substances like steroids or anything bad or drugs, whatever. So he does go out of his way to get these other fighters tested, and he pays up to like $10,000 per person or something like that. And he goes, but why do we do that if when they get tested and they get caught cheating, they're able to still fight? So it's just really to notify the fighter what they're actually taking. And he said there's also repeated offenders. Even if they get caught, they're still able to fight, and there's no punishment for these fighters, and that should be stopped. But he says that a lot of fighters do it, almost all of them. So all the fighters are taking steroids? Or, you know, that's crazy. Guys, I have been looking forward for this fight for years, and I'm just glad it's a 2-fight deal. And this fight, to me, is bigger than Wilder versus Ruiz. So I can't wait for this 2-fight deal, and I just can't wait to see who's going to win. Guys, I guess it's better late than never, right? Okay, but before I used to think Joshua could be Wilder, but now I think Wilder could be Joshua. That's what I love about boxing, guys. Anything can change over time depending on the careers of the boxers and what they went through. And you know, sometimes they get knocked out or they lose a couple fights and they change. You know, everything changes in boxing, even in 2 or 3 years. Imagine 5, you know, everything changed already. But this was the biggest mega fight 5-6 years from now, before, right guys? Okay guys, who do you guys have winning? Wilder versus Joshua. I know it's a tough one. Please comment below, how do you think they're going to win, and how, what round, by knockout, decision, a draw? What do you guys think? Please comment below. Okay, check this out guys. This is very, very important. Check this out. Subscribe.